Hey everybody, I hope you all are doing exceptionally well today. For today's video, I'm going to treat you all to 1 full hour of ASMR card magic. I'm going to be straight up with you and let you know that I am not the best at card magic. So while there may be a little bit of cuts at the end of a trick, strictly because I don't know a full hour's worth off the top of my head, there will not be any cuts during the tricks. So you will not see, you won't see me like pull a card out, cut the video, and then continue on the trick. I'll do the trick in its entirety, let you see it. No camera angle tricks or anything like that, no cut tricks. It'll all be laid out there. And then at the end of the trick, there may or may not be a cut, so I can get another trick prepared. But like I said, should be trying to give you guys around 1 full hour of card tricks. I know a lot of people love to fall asleep to those, so I sincerely hope you enjoy, and we can actually get into our first trick right here, laid out for you. So what I have done is laid out a just a regular red deck. I'll be using today the bicycle playing cards, and to start off with, I would have a Spectator. Just go through, pick any card in here. Let's see, I'll pick this guy right here. So I'll have you guys see the card. I don't see the card at all, but that is your card. I will have the Spectator. You can cut anywhere. I don't even need to be involved in this part. Put the playing card back in the deck. And you can do a couple more cuts, it doesn't matter. You can do honestly, you can do as many cuts as you would like. And with that, your card, hopefully, has mysteriously, oh, look at that. One card in this whole deck here has turned blue. Was that your card? And all the cards in this deck are completely randomized. Only your card was the one that turned blue. Hope you all enjoyed that little trick there. I'm going to try to keep things on the more basic side of things. Like I said, I am no master of ASMR card tricks or anything, but I do find the basic tricks to be fun, and I find that for you, the viewer, it's, if you're at least somewhat keen to card tricks, it's not a totally oblivious thing to how they're done. I'll try to get better at it later on and do some actual, crazy card tricks. I've been watching a lot of Penn and Teller Fool Us lately, and I find that the card tricks that I've seen on there are insane. Some of them I understand, but a lot of them I'm just absolutely dumbfounded. But hopefully you guys will enjoy. Like I said, try to keep it to more basic card tricks. if this video gets a lot of support and you guys seem to like the card tricks, I will definitely keep doing more of them. I have an order for, I think it was 12. It's like 12 boxes of these bicycle playing cards that came in an order for like 20 bucks, I want to say. So if this video gets a lot of support, I'll be doing some card giveaways in the future. And yeah. Alright, so for this next trick, I would simply fan out the cards, and I'd have the spectator pick a card. Let's go, I don't know, I'll just go right here, this guy. I'll let you, the spectator, see the card. And while you're doing that, I would take the cards and just very simply have you put it on top. Now, this trick is very neat because all you have to do is simply drop the cards. And your card has gone all the way through the deck to the bottom. Now you might say, it's kind of weird. So I have another deck of cards here. We're going to try the same trick twice, see if we get the same results. So I'm going to fan out these cards. And this time I'll pick from the top here. So I'll have you look at that card. Again, so we've picked from the top, we've picked from the bottom. Same thing. There's your card, and simply give it a little whirl, and with a simple drop, your card has mysteriously went to the bottom. And yes, it is a totally random deck of cards. Both of them are totally random. But your card seems to find its way to the bottom each time. Alrighty, so for this next trick, we do have a regular deck of playing cards. This one is totally random, and you could hand it to a spectator. They can shuffle the cards. They can even do some cuts if they want. It really doesn't matter for this trick. That's the beautiful thing of it. Have them deal out 3 piles of 3. Alright, and then you can just set this deck aside. So with this trick, I guess we'll just go with the middle one. You'd have them pick any pile they want, and then we'll go with the card that's in the bottom, so the 4 of spades. So with this, you'll stack them all, and you're going to count out 4 of spades. So F-O-U-R, put the deck on top. Of, O-F, put the deck on top. Spades, S-P-A-D-E-S, put the deck on top. And then you're going to spell out magic. M-A-G-I, and the C should be your 4 of spades. And just so you know, all the cards really were random. If you want to go ahead, I can even set these cards off to the side. I can do another shuffle. I can even do a few more cuts if that makes you feel any better. Alright, and again, give these cards to the spectator, so they're the ones doing the shuffling. They're the ones dealing out these piles, and same thing. So that stack no longer matters. Say you pick, we'll pick a different pile this time. So we have the Jack of Diamonds. Alright, so J-A-C-K, put it on top. O-F for of, put it on top. Diamonds, D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S, put it on top. And then we'll finish off with magic. M-A-G-I and the C. And once again, totally random. Didn't use the same cards as before. Works every time. And with this one, the spectator can even do the entire trick. You don't even need to put your hands on the cards. Alright, for this next trick, I have a random pile of cards. It really is completely random. And I would hand them to the spectator. You could shuffle them. You could do a cut on them. It doesn't really matter. And I'd have them give them back to me and tell them to pick a card. So I'd have them pick a card. And again, I'd give it back to them. They could shuffle however many times they'd like. They can, it doesn't matter, they could do some cuts if they want. And they'd give me back the deck. Now, I would not know the card that they selected, so I would turn the deck over and begin dealing all the cards out into 3 piles. Awesome. And with this, I don't know their card, so I would have the spectator say, hey, can you at least tell me which of these 3 piles your card is in? Okay, so they would pick the middle, and I would stack the cards up. And once again, I would deal them out into 3 piles. Alright, and from here, they would tell me what pile their card is made it. Okay. Go ahead and deal them out one more time. Alright, and once again, this is the final time, they would tell me that their card was in this pile. So I would put all the cards together, and let's see, I know it's not that one. I think this one right here is your card. And once again, all the cards in here are totally, truly random. But you had selected the Ace of Hearts. Now, again, you might say, I picked a weird pile or something. I'll grab a blue deck this time, and I'll fan through it to show you that they really are completely random. I'll hit this with a, not like that, but I'll hit this with a quick shuffle. I try not to shuffle too loudly. But, alright, so I'm going to pick out there. Picked out 21 cards. So, same thing. Doesn't matter. I'll have you, the spectator, pick. You could pick the bottom card. It doesn't matter. So, give it a nice shuffle. Let the spectator, cut it however many times they want. It does not matter. So same thing. You know what your card is. I don't. So I'm going to deal these out into 3 piles. Alright, and you as a spectator would tell me which of these piles your card is in. Again, I don't know the card, so you would tell me it's the left pile. I'd pick them up as they are, and do it one more time. And which pile's your card in? This one over here? Okay. And for the last time, we'll do this again. And which of these piles is your card? That one again? Okay. Well, I'm going to put them all together, and I think that your card will be in the 11th position. Let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that your card? And again, all the cards were completely random. And yet both times we found your card. I hope you all are enjoying these card tricks. If you are, please let me know in the comments and give me a like. I could certainly make more in the future. And with that, on to the next card. For this trick, I will fan out the cards, and you, the spectator, can pick a card at random. Just go up here. I'll let you look at the card, and while you're doing that, I will collect up the cards. And I'll just start, no particular order, just start by dealing cards down. Alright, and let's say you said stop there, so put that there, and just keep dealing my piles down in a big mess. So with that, I will turn the cards over, and I will have you, the spectator, just think about your card. slowly go through these. Just think about it, real nice. All right, and with that, I'm going to fan them out one more time. And I'm going to guess that your card's not in this pile here. It's not down here, and it's not really down here either. Is it somewhere in this? Good, okay. I'm going to guess it's not down here, really. Because it's not really in those piles. It's still out here? Okay. I'm going to take one card from each end here. So I'm left with only one card on the field. Is that your card? It's a pretty easy card trick. Alright, so for this next trick, I have got the two aces, two red aces, and I'm going to take my deck and just start dealing cards down. And you just tell me stop whenever. Say you want it right there. Put the card face up, and once again, I'm going to just deal down, and you could say stop whenever. It doesn't matter. So with that, I'm going to spread the deck out as much as possible here. And there's the two aces that you randomly put into the deck. I'm going to slide out the card that is right next to it on each side. And when looking at this deck, you can see every card is totally random. However, the two cards that you put in your aces totally at random. You said stop whenever you wanted to. But the two cards that you put in the deck were right next to the aces. So, we could try this one again. We can even just do a red and black ace. So same thing. I'll even give the deck a shuffle this time. Why not? So, give it a shuffle. Give it some cuts. It doesn't matter. So, what I will do is once again, just deal down some cards. We can even wait a little longer this time if you'd like. You want one there? Sure. Okay. And one more time. You want it there? Sure. All right. Now, one more time. I'm going to fan out the cards. And let's see. Again, you told me when to stop. And you could have picked any point to stop at. But yet, you still found the aces. Alright, so for this next trick, I will have the King, Queen, Jack of Hearts, the King, Queen, Jack of Diamonds, and the King, Queen, and Jack of Clubs. So, I'm going to start off and tell the spectator to pick any one of these piles. Let's just go with the heart pile. You can take them and shuffle them to your heart's content. Do whatever you want with them, but just make sure they end up in 3 piles. And then pick another pile. Doesn't matter. We'll do this one, I guess. Give them a good shuffle. Alright, and same thing. Just make sure that they end up in the 3 piles. And same thing with the last one. So it's the King, Queen, and Jack. Just, again, no particular. You could even do, I guess you could do a cut. It doesn't matter, as long as they're nice and shuffled. And put them down into 3 piles. Now from here, you, the spectator, can pick any order. You could pick this pile to go in the middle, then that one, then just pick any pile to go on top of each other. Doesn't matter, as long as all the cards end up in one nice and shuffled pile. Now, to further complicate things, we're going to do a few cuts. So you, the spectator, can cut as ever many times as you would like. Doesn't matter. Plenty of cuts. Just really want those cards nice and shuffled up. Now from here, to make it even more complicated, I'm going to have you take, and we're going to deal these cards out into 2 piles. Alright, so now they're 2 uneven piles. And just to completely make sure these cards are really nice and really shuffled, I'm going to have you put any other pile, we'll do this, so they're nice, into one big pile. Now from here, I'm going to spell out the word club. So C-L-U, B is going to go down, C-L-U, I apologize, it's heart the second time, so H-E-A-R-T. Go recover this one. And then diamond, so D-I-A-M-O-N-D. There we go. And so now we're going to do club, heart, and diamond again. This time, to even more complicate things, I'm not going to go in the same direction. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So same thing. C-L-U-B, H-E-A-R-T, D-I-A-M-O-N-D. And then we have 3 more cards, so same thing. C-L-U-B, H-E-A-R-T, and one last card to go down there. So these cards have been, you picked a pile, you shuffle those piles, we put them into 3 new piles, we put all those piles into one big pile, we split that big pile into 2 little piles, and then put that all back into one pile. So these cards have been shuffled, they've been mixed. There's no way that these cards should be in any kind of order. But if you look here, the hearts have joined back together, the clubs have joined back together, and the diamonds have joined back together. Neat little card trick. And they've all gone back together. So for this next trick, I have a ordinary deck of cards. Excuse the jokers, let me take those out. But other than that, it is a normal deck of cards. And make sure that there's no tricks going on. I'm gonna get some shuffling going. And you could even do the old floor shuffle. Why not? We haven't done that this video. Just nice messy shuffle. Just, make sure all the cards are maybe a little too mixed up here, but you get the point. I will eventually get them back. Alright, so from here, I'm going to have attempt to spread out the cards here, show you they're all nice and mixed and random. And this would work best with 2 spectators, but I don't have spectators, so I'm just going to have you, well, you'd have, if you had one spectator, they could pick 2 different cards, or if you had 2 spectators, they could both pick a card. It doesn't really matter. But it doesn't matter. Just pick 2 randoms. All right, and then from here, I would gather the cards up, and you can even fan it out. You don't even need to see what cards they pick. It works. It'll work either way, honestly. But from here, I would take and just start dealing cards down, and then either, if it's one spectator, they can tell me stop, or either one of them can tell me stop. It doesn't matter. Let's say stop there. Put the king down, and let's say the other person said stop there. Put the 4 down. So with that, I would fan out the cards, and if it's one spectator, I would address them first. If it's the other one, if it's just the one, it doesn't matter. But I feel like this card right here that the spectator found is the 7 of diamonds. Huh, that's interesting. And then this spectator over here, I feel like they found the 5 of clubs. Interesting. And again, as you can see from the deck, totally random cards. You can even count them all if you want. But either one spectator picking 2 cards, or 2 spectators picking 1 card, and I figured out what cards they had. And if you looked, I did shuffle beforehand, so there's not like I was placing cards in any specific spot in the deck or anything like that. Yeah, totally random. Yet I knew the cards that you picked. Alright, so for this next trick, again we have a totally random deck of cards, and to prove that these are in no particular order, I will give them a good shuffle. Alright, and so, nice and shuffled. I'll even lay them out to show you that they're nice and shuffled. From here, no, why not? I'll just do one more cut. I only need 12 cards for this trig, so I'm going to deal them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'll set the deck off to the side. And again, these are the cards we'll be working with. Totally random cards. But again, I'll give them another shuffle real quick. Alright, so with this, I would hold out the cards, fan out the cards, it doesn't matter. But I'll have the spectator pick a card. There's your card. I don't get to see it. Oh, it doesn't matter. But I will take it, and I will try to put it nice in the middle of the deck. That way it's nice and lost in there. So I'm going to flip them, and I can even do a little bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of a shuffle of these top. Make sure the cards are nice and shuffled up in there. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them, and I'm just gonna start flipping cards over. Yeah, just again want these cards really nice and mixed up. Why not? All right, so now we got a nice assortment of cards that some are facing up, and some are facing down. So the spectator can do this next part, but obviously you're not here, so I'll do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this deck of cards, and I'm going to have it, you can cut anywhere you want. Just put the cards on top, and then make sure the top two cards get flipped over. So do a cut, put the cards on top, and then take the top two and flip them over. And again, if this was a spectator doing this, they could do this as ever many times as they want. Doesn't matter. Just until their heart's content with it. Just cut, put them on top, flip the two. That way, again, the cards are very well nice and mixed up. Why not? We'll do one more. Alright, so from here, I'm going to deal the cards out into 4 piles. And again, some are facing up, some are facing down. It doesn't matter. Alright. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cards, and I'm going to fold them on top of each other. And lastly, just to again make sure we're nice and good, I will do one final cut. And then with that, I can spread out the cards, and there is all the cards face up except one card. Would that happen to be your card? These cards were nice and shuffled in the beginning. 12 random cards were selected. They were shuffled. We put the card back in the deck randomly, shuffled it up a little bit, and we did a whole mess of flipping, face down flipping, upright flipping, and yet your card was the only one face down. It's a neat little trick I just recently learned, and I really like that one. Alright, so for this next trick, Again, random deck of cards, and you can shuffle it, I could shuffle it, it doesn't matter. Just get the cards nice and shuffled. Now, at this point, I would hand the deck to the spectator, and they would go through and find 3 of a kind. In this case, I'll just use the ace since it's up top here. So you're going to pick out 3 of the 4 aces. I'll just pick the first 3 that I come to. Alright, so I'm going to have you, the spectator, memorize that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to just deal the cards out into a couple piles here. Just a couple random piles. Got some thinner piles, some thicker piles. It doesn't matter. So from here, you can put your card face down. And again, I wouldn't exactly see these cards, but as long as you have them memorized, you pick the face value and then the suites. Just 3 of a kind, doesn't matter. So you put it in the first pile, and then to really get these cards nice and mixed up and lost, just take, it doesn't matter, any amount of cards from this pile and put it on top there. Okay? So then take your next card, put it on that pile there, and same thing. Just, again, we want it really mixed up. Just take any amount of cards from that pile and put it on there. And then lastly, same thing. Put that in there. And then I'm going to stack the cards. So your card is, or your 3 cards that you picked are really, really nice and lost in here. So from here, I'm going to have you, the spectator, tell me, stop. I'm going to deal some cards face up and some cards face down. You tell me stop when you see one of your 3 cards. Easy enough? Okay. So, I'm going to deal face up, face down, face up, face down, face up. And just, again, you would tell me stop when you see one of your cards. You don't see one of your cards yet? Strange. Just gonna keep dealing. And you didn't see your cards at all in this pile here. I wonder what the chances of that are. Okay, well, tell you what, we have this up pile, we have this down pile. Let's go through it one more time. How about? Just, you can stop me if you see your card at any point. You picked 3 cards. I don't know why you haven't stopped me yet. Okay, you still haven't seen your card, huh? We're a good, what, 2/3 of the way through the deck. Okay, well, let me go through them one more time. That wasn't one of the aces you picked, so, gosh, I don't have many cards left. Let's go through it one more time. So you picked 3 aces, very specific ones, and I saw we had the ace of diamonds here, but that wasn't one of the aces you picked. Are you telling me the last 3 cards is the aces you picked? And they were, I had random piles, Some piles, when I put my 4 piles out, some were thinner, some were thicker than others. You put them in there. You even did cuts to, really lose your cards. Those cards were very lost in there. And yet, the last 3, totally random, no order to that, and the last 3 cards were yours. Alrighty, so for my next trick, we have a ordinary deck of cards, and just simply would have the spectator pick a card, it doesn't matter where, and I'll have you look at the card. Got it? Alright, so I'm just going to put it back on the deck, and if you were here, obviously, it would be different, but you just cut, do a cut anywhere you want. Seems about good. Alright, and with that cut, I'm going to fan out the cards. Now, you're going to be saying, hey, that right there, the only card that is facing up is not my card. And I would say, okay, well, let me see something here. It's a 5. So let me just count 5 cards backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was that your card? And not only that, but the cards in between your cards were the kings. Again, I'm just trying to do, with this video, I'm just trying to do really simple tricks. If you don't have any sort of insight on card tricks, this is just a fun video to watch. If you do sort of have an insight into some card tricks and some basic stuff, I mean, you could kind of follow along, and it's not, it doesn't go too far over your head. Nothing crazy here. I want people to be able to kind of follow along, but at the same time experience some card magic. So, alrighty. So for this next trick, we have a regular deck of cards, and in no particular fashion, just gonna do a little bit of shuffling here. Just mix them up. Alrighty, that should be good. And as you can see, the cards are completely mixed up. Now I am going to look through this deck and grab a prediction card. So, let me see here. Okay. I'm going to put this prediction card right there. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So, this trick is another one that would be better with a spectator, but we'll just sort of go with it. So, I have this deck here. You have the spectator just deal some cards out into a pile, and we'll just stop right there. And then we'll just set this deck off to the side. Okay. So with this pile, we're going to deal this pile into 2 separate piles. Okay. And then I would tell the spectator to pick any of the piles. Let's just say they go with this one. And then deal down however many out of this pile they want. They can deal down all of them. They can deal down some of them. It doesn't matter. So in this case, let's just do 4. And then we'll put the rest into the pile. Now, you just pick up the pile and confirm. Just count them down. 1, 2, 3, 4. If there's like a lot of cards in there, again, this can go any way you want it to. There could be 20 cards in each pile. So just count them out, see how many there are in that pile. And then we want to take this pile and count it out so that it has 4 as well. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then we are going to merge the 2 piles together. And I'm going to take these cards and fan them out. Get them nice and fanned out here. All right, and I'm just going to take the top and the bottom card from these 2 piles until we are left with only 2 cards. Now, the last 2 cards we have here is a 10 of clubs and a 4 of spades. Now you might say, well, what do these 2 cards have to do with anything? Well, our prediction card from earlier that I picked out is going to be the 10 of clubs. Our last 2 cards predicted the value and the suite. And just like that, the last 2 cards told us our predicted card. Alright, so for this next trick here, I will fan out the cards, show you we are working with just a regular deck. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little shuffle. Alrighty, fan them out, and I'd have the Spectator just pick a card at random. It doesn't matter. And I'll let you see what that card is. And with that, just gonna put it in like the middle of the deck here. All right, and I'm going to cut just some cards from the top here. Nothing too serious. And going to mix these piles up. So we'll have 2 piles. Your card is lost somewhere in those piles. Okay, so that pile's nice and mixed. Alrighty, so your card should be nice and mixed up into those piles. What I'm going to do is take this deck, I'm going to flip it over and look at it, and I'm going to pull out the 4 aces for this trick. So just going to skim through and pull out the aces. Did I just pass one? No, there it is. Alrighty, so with that, I'll set the deck over here and just lay out my aces. And then I'm going to take them and just simply put them on top of the deck here. So I have the deck, all the cards are face down, except these aces. So with that, again, we're just working with there's 1 ace, 2 ace, 3 ace, and 4 aces is all we have. take, and I want to say your card was not, it was not a spade. Yeah, I don't think it was a diamond. I don't think it was a club. But what's this? Was it a heart? And how do I have 5 cards here? Was the 7 of hearts your card? So, hope you guys really enjoyed a little card magic video, 1 hour's worth. I certainly had a lot of fun making the video, and definitely learned a few tricks that I will, I'll do on some real people here soon. Definitely gave me a little bit of like a confidence boost when it comes to card tricks. I don't feel like before this I would have ever gone out and done a card trick in person, but I think I will now. I'll just try a few of them, nothing major. Again, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video today. You guys' support recently has been incredible. I know I'm up to 100 subscribers now, which is honestly kind of cool. So if you guys do want to keep seeing more ASMR card magic videos, I can certainly make more. If this video, I don't really have a like goal or anything like that, but if it does well, I will. Here, I just recently. Hopefully that's not too loud, but I just recently got this, it's 12-pack of bicycle playing cards, 6 reds, 6 blues, just like being around the house. We didn't have any just playing cards. I had those duck playing cards, I think they were Ducks Unlimited from when I started making card videos, but we didn't just have any basic bicycle playing cards lying around, so I went out and bought this. I only really need a red and a blue deck, so I have plenty of cards to give away, and I would love to do some card giveaways. I know other card ASM artists to do that, so I'm more than happy to do a card giveaway if this video does decent. I will figure out how to do that, and possibly more card videos in the future. Like I said, if you guys want to see anything specifically, just please let me know. I'm more than happy to make pretty much any kind of video. I have fun. I've been having fun recently doing like negatively reviewed stuff. Like I just did one with like a negatively reviewed stockbroker. I have fun with those. Just I could just be a silly character. Just no like repercussions for the actions that they're doing. They're just, oh, I'm gonna lose all your money, or the doctor videos I was doing were, I don't know, it's just silly, and I enjoy them making those. But if you guys have anything just generic, like softly spoken, if you have a specific idea for a video, like I said, I'm more than happy to make them happen. Going to be trying to do 2 videos a week from now on, but we'll see. Definitely at least 1. And yeah, currently filming on a phone and a Blue Yeti microphone. If you guys want to support the cause, the best way is through Cash App, DylanMan22. I would love to get an actual camera for filming, but I don't have that kind of money. And maybe even a better microphone, like the 3DOs. But if you want to support it, any money you do donate will go straight into like equipment. I'll just put it right back into the channel. Yeah, I greatly appreciate you guys' support in all of this. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will certainly see you guys in the future. See ya.